We're going for 55,000 subscribers, Comic Fam. Comment, like, and subscribe. It'll enter you to win this Omni-Man Invincible #1. Another week, another list. Gem Mint from Gem Mint Collectibles on the mic to talk about the hottest comic books in the world.
That's right, just like every week, and we're going to start with number 10. We have Uncanny X-Men Issue 10, the first Silver Age appearance of Kazar.
First appearance of Kazar Sabretooth as well, or is it Kazar? Let me know in the comment section below. I always get this one confused. We also have the introduction to the Savage Land, which is why this book is making our list this week. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness showing us so many things to expect in this movie, and it's driving spec wild.
And we're going to start with something that I don't think has really come up since we've been doing these videos together, but a no grade, an NG book sold for $140. There was no prior record. But what exactly is that NG?
Well, in this particular case, it's an incomplete copy that doesn't get a grade because it's coverless. Yes, we see a $140 sale for a coverless copy, but let's show them a completed copy. A 7.5 going for $1,320 back in May is up 23%, now selling for $1,625.
And then we have a 9.2. It's sold for $2,005 back in November, and it's up 92%, now selling for $3,840.
There are so many Easter eggs that they're showing off in this trailer. Back in February 2021, Key Collector got word of rumors that Disney was in active development of a Savage Land project. And in 2022, we heard the same thing, that Savage Land may be teased in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Is it a coincidence that we clearly see a dinosaur in the trailer? Looks like a T-Rex.
I'm hyped for the Savage Land. It's something that we haven't seen yet. There's so much untapped potential in the comics that they can draw from. So exciting. Everybody wants the mutants. We've been speculating in every single Disney Plus show. So hopefully. Moving on to number 9, we have Super Friends Issue 7, the first appearance of the Wonder Twins.
We also have the first appearance of Gleek, their blue sidekick monkey. Yeah, this is a very strange team. We have the Wonder Twins. One can turn into any animal she wants. The other can turn into anything water-based, like an icicle or a pond. It's very strange. However, this comic book was created to bring characters that were debuted from the animation show in the 70s into comic books. So, although these are part of DC, it's not part of the DC mainstream universe.
Yeah, I always remember the Wonder Twins from the animated series. We have 4 ungraded copies that have sold for the highest in a year's time, selling between $120 and $125.
Comics be moving after the announcement this past week that Wonder Twins has been optioned and that there is a writer, director, and producers already attached. We have a 2.5 that sold for only $20 back in 2020, up 500%, now selling for $120, and a 9.6 back in April, going for $408 last year, up 116%, now selling for $880. Now, if these producers do what they did for the animation show back in the 70s, this is likely going to be a kid-centric show, very lighthearted, Saturday morning cartoon vibes. And I think this is where DC can really get their leverage in this marketplace. They've already dominated the mature rating superhero films and shows. Why not go towards the other direction and start making shows for children and kids? Wonder Twins would be perfect, and I think it would be very popular.
All right, guys, moving on to number 8, we have Vengeance, issue number 1, the first appearance of Miss America, aka America Chavez.
We've known since December 2020 that Xochitl Gomez was going to portray America Chavez on the screen, and she can't come soon enough. We have a 6.0 back in December going for $110, up 64% this week, selling for $180, and a 7.5 going for $125 back in March, up 140%, now selling for $300. And this was a comic book that was ordered kind of on the low side by retailers. A print count of 25,873 is listed.
Moving on to the Deodato variant, a CGC 9.8 sold for $5,800 back in December. It's up 3%, holding steady, now selling for $6,000.
We know we're going to see America Chavez in so many different movies, Disney Plus shows, that it makes sense why members would be hunting for her scarcest appearance in comic books. But $6,000 may seem like an incredible amount to some, maybe even incomprehensible, possibly wrong. But let's compare this modern book to a Marvel blue chip Silver Age classic to demonstrate where many believe these modern keys of next-gen heroes can reach.
I'm loving this 10-year comparison of Journey into Mystery 83. We're going to start with the CGC 1.5. Back in 2011, selling for $1,200. In 2021, $7,111.
The 3.0 back in 2011 went for $1,685. In 2021, numbers are hitting $13K.
The 4.5 went from $2,875 to now $15,600.
The 6.0 went for $5,800 back in 2011. That's up, now selling for $28,800 in 2022.
And lastly, we have a CGC 8.0, which sold for $15,500 in 2011, now selling for $69,000 in 2021. And just to add more to the rumor mill that we already know is going to happen, the recently leaked Lego set for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness not only rumors America Chavez, but Spider-Man and Iron Man as well.
Now, we knew about America Chavez, but Spider-Man and Iron Man, oh, these are some rumors, so tread lightly, comic fan, but it's only going to stoke these fires. And when you look at a $6,000 height for America Chavez's first appearance, consider a 10-year distance into the future. Xochitl Gomez, portraying a character who's 15, 16 years old on the screen, is going to be part of multiple renditions on the screen, Disney Plus, and more. Could these next-gen heroes see the same type of treatments that our Marvel blue-chip leaders have received in the last 10 years?
And keeping with the Multiverse of Madness theme, number 7 on the list is Doctor Strange Issue 1.
That's right. Doctor Strange would get his first ongoing series with this issue in 1974. We're seeing Multiverse of Madness hype reach a peak with the 6.5, prior record being set in February of last year, going for $132, now selling for $184. That's an increase of 39%. The 7.5, back in December, going for $180, up 10%, now selling for $198.
And then we have the CGC 9.8. It sold for $3,400 back in November. It's up 12%, now selling for $3,800.
At the list at number 6, with the powers of Key Collector Comics, the best comic app in existence, utilize code TOM101 to unlock a free 2-week subscription of the app. Get full access to catalog your comic books, look up suggested pricing, and so much more. Keep up on the rapidly moving market and get access to all this data that we report on prior to the video being released. Fantastic 446 is making our list with the second appearance of the Inhumans, but the first full appearance and cover appearance of Black Bolt.
So cool to see this book on the list. FF 45 and 46 were books that were super hot when I got back into collecting keys and cooled way down after that Inhumans TV show. But now we're hearing all types of Illuminati rumors, and you gotta have Black Bolt. We have a CGC 5.0, which sold for $305 back in January, up 25%, now selling for $380.
We even had rumors as early as December of this past year that Black Bolt would appear in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Sounds like some decent spec here now that we believe to hear Sir Patrick Stewart, a 6.0 going for $418 back in May, up 8%, selling for $450 this week. And an 8.0 going for $975 in 2015 is up 3%, just hit the $1,000 marker.
And that's going to bring us midway through this list. Coming in at number 5, Amazing Fantasy 15, a book that's still feeling the trickle-down effects from its all-time record-breaking sale for a comic book, a 9.6 selling for $3.6 million.
So we had a no grade on this list today. Why don't we go the other direction, Jem, and talk about a CGC graded copy of a cover only of Amazing Fantasy 15. Yes, we have one page graded and hit the marketplace, selling for $7,575 this week.
For just the cover. Pretty cool to have. I mean, that's what you want to see in that slab. We have a CGC 5.5, the second highest sale ever for this grade, sold for $115,000, which was just shy of the $120K record breaker from January, and still 40% higher than the previously established high of $82,000 back in 2021.
A 1.0 back in December went for $29,000. That's up 3%, landing at the $30K marker. And we had a 2.5 selling for $45,550 as early as this past January, up 21%, now selling for $55,000. Oh, what's this at the list at number 4? Black Panther number 1 from 1998.
Well, it's the first appearance of the Dora Milaje, who we've seen in the movies, we've seen on Disney Plus, so it makes sense to see this book continue to heat up. A CGC 7.5 had no prior record, but recently sold for $85. Then we have an 8.0, which sold for $40 back in 2020, up 125%, now selling for $90.
Okoye and Nakia, such badasses, and people were thrilled to find out that the THR reported that Okoye would appear in her own Origin spin-off series. It sounds like we're going to get these special forces of Wakanda in their own show. We have a 9.0 going for $90 in November, up 67%, now selling for $150.
And then a CGC 9.4, which sold for $175 back in October, up 13%, now selling for $197.
At the list at number 3, Doctor Strange 169, formerly titled Strange Tales, and then moving that trade dress over, taking it over. First solo title Doctor Strange issue is making our list with a 3.0 going for $130 in 2020, now up 112%, now selling for $275.
And if it sounds familiar, it's because we just talked about it last week when it was number 5 on our list. We have a CGC 4.0, which sold for $270 back in July, up 39%, now selling for $375. And then a 5.0, which sold for $430 back in June, up 10%, now selling for $475.
Comic fam, come join us on the best new app to buy and sell collectibles every single week. We take over Whatnot with Whatnot Wednesdays. You know we got Gem Mint there and all my other homies doing dollar start auctions that last as little as 15 seconds long. Come join the fun, and at the list at number 2, let's talk about some Daredevil number 2.
An amazing triple key, which is a Daredevil key, a Spider-Man key, and a Fantastic Four key, all wrapped in one. It's the second appearance of Daredevil, second appearance of Electro, a Spider-Man villain, and the first crossover of Matt Murdock and the Fantastic Four as he becomes their lawyer, propelling the CGC 4.0 from $640 back in September to now 41% higher, selling for $900.
You know what else this is, Jim?
What's that?
It's Yellow Daredevil. That makes it 4 keys, baby. Yellow Daredevil counts. All right, we have a 5.5 going for $1,150 in December, up 4%, now selling for $1,200. And an 8.0 going for $1,440 back in December, up 94%, selling for $2,800 this week. Charlie Cox reprising his role, I think, was one of the biggest surprises over this past year, next to Kingpin, who's part of the same universe.
They've been giving us everything we want, I believe anything, when it comes to Multiverse of Madness at this point.
Hit the like and subscribe, comment to enter to win this Omni-Man Invincible 1 Tyler Kirkham exclusive. And Jem, why do you hit him with the number 1 hottest book in the world? Because it's the same one week over week, hot damn.
Back to back, Amazing Spider-Man 210, the first appearance of Madam Web, and being that it's number 1, for the second week in a row, we're going to look at 3 newsstands and 3 direct market sale record breakers.
People loving this Dakota Johnson announcement. Madam Web has been on spec radar, get this, since September 2019. That's when these rumors started circulating. So there's been this big ramp up and almost a disbelief that it would happen. And then with this casting, spec has gone wild. I love it. A 6.0 back in October went for $110, up 64% this week, now selling for $180. The 9.0 going for $245 in January, up 35% this week, selling for $331. And the 9.6 last week, we reported on a $725 sale. That's up 10%, just hit the $800 marker.
But let's talk about those newsstands. A CGC 4.5 sold for $55 back in November. It's up 87%, now selling for $103. A CGC 9.2 newsstand sold for $290 last week, and that's up 34%, now selling for $390. And finally, we have the 9.4 newsstand, also sold for $290 back in January, and that's now up 66%, selling for $480.
We appreciate your time this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Comic fam, hit the link in the description or go to comictom101.com to support this show. We teamed up with the God of War art director, Raph Grassetti, to do a Silver Surfer Rebirth #1 Galactus Silver Surfer cover. Going in 1 per box. This is a joint exclusive with Whatnot, so that means we're able to do something really special this month, which is make virgin covers of this issue. Those are going to go out at random. We have 2 other videos for you to check out. We made them for you. Enjoy them.